Hello everybody, and welcome back to World of Tanks. Today I have a special video for you where I platoon with one of my World of Tank friends, joelawsd1. I hope I said your name right. So because there's no further explaining to do, we're just going to go right ahead and jump into the replays. So this is the first game we played together that I recorded. I am playing in my T150, as you can see, and my friend over there is playing in his Panzer IV. So, as you can probably tell right now, I am not going very fast, and that's because I do not have the best engine on this. I have, in fact, the worst engine on this. I do have an upgraded turret, and I do have better armor, so that's good, but this thing is pretty slow, and that's easy to see. So we're just kind of acknowledging each other right there, and then I see that one of my friends has spotted another Panzer IV. It's actually the Anico. I take my time to aim and pop a shot off at him just as he starts to move, and I actually do some pretty good damage. And I'm gonna say this right now, this is where I make my biggest mistake. I really should not have decided to camp here to shoot tanks because of this thing's speed. Because of this thing's speed sucks. If anything were to come around that corner, I'd basically be dead meat, and I learned this before too long. I'm trying to take pot shots at anything that's out there, and I take a shot at the Panzer IV over there, but nothing happens. This isn't really a good spot to shoot at when everyone in the town is behind buildings and other cover. We do kill a few tanks, but then I get spotted, and then I realize, oh crap, there are some tanks coming down the side. And I do the worst possible thing and start to back out. Luckily, I recollect my senses for a second, only to back out my butt some more. And I do try to turn, but it's too late. This guy takes advantage of my slow speed. I miss a shot. He sees that I am out of ammo for the meantime, and he takes a few shots at me. I shoot him, but I'm getting pummeled. His friend, the AT-8, I believe it is also helping him, so I'm getting demolished. My friend tries to help me, but I'm kind of doomed from this point for my own poor mistakes. My friend does kill the Panzer, I believe it was, and I do actually manage to penetrate this AT a few times, but he finds a big old fat weak spot on my tank, gets right up, and yeah, I'm done. My friend tries to kill this AT, and he might have succeeded if the AT didn't have backup that decided to come up and support him. And you'll see in a second, yep, there he is. The VK 2801. And my friend's doing the right thing. He's using me for cover. But he's the only tank left on our team, which means that our team was pretty bad. We went down really quick. And again, the enemy did have good cover, but yeah. So my friend tries to kill them, but just doesn't work out, and he's gone. And that was not the best match. But on to our second match. I am still in my T150, but my friend has changed into his Leopard, as you can see. Has a little goof there, but we all have goofs. Anyway, I go into the town to see if I can find any tanks, because there's almost always tanks in the town. It's just such a good and a bad place at the same time to be. You can't really help. I do get a boost from the tank behind me, which I really appreciate, but then this Stug gets a good shot at me, and I don't take the time to aim, so I miss a shot at him. And there's Ready KV2. Doesn't have very thick armor, but I know, even with my armor, if I get hit by that dude, whew, I need to watch out. I wait for the Stug to come around the corner, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and it just doesn't happen. So I realize that I need to stop staring in this direction, especially because for a second it looks like we're getting flanked. And it's a Crusader, I believe. Maybe. And there's another enemy tank that's been spotted, along with the KV-2. That's when my teammate tells me that the KV-2 knocked him out. And I didn't know it was the KV-2 at the time because I wasn't watching chat very carefully. But I'm in a bit of some trouble, so I can't really do anything about it. And yep, there's a Crusader. That VK on our team distracts him long enough for me to get a few shots at him. But then this guy just turns his butt to me, which wasn't a good idea, especially since now, boom, I got his ammo rack. Or even if I didn't, I just blew his back, and I get my first kill, and evidently my only kill. See that leopard coming around, and I missed the opportunity to take a shot at him, but I've been spotted again. And I decide that I should probably go back there to stop us from getting flanked. And that guy back there, because of how slow my tank is, had just nice big fat juicy 75mm armor to shoot at, so he penetrated pretty well. Wasn't that hard, especially with my weak spot in the back of the turret. And now I'm torn in between two ways because I realize we still have a tank over there, but we also have a tank over there. And there's also two enemy tanks, at least on each side, so I probably should have kept going even though it wasn't the best choice, because at least I would have kept my speed up and I wouldn't have gotten in this position where I was just playing around and stuck. I try to help out my Stug, but he gets taken out by the KV-2. And I know once again that I am completely boned. There is no way I'm getting out of this alive. Try to take care of that VK, at least get myself another kill, but I'm surrounded and destroyed pretty quickly. Yeah. And that's the end of that match. So I got sick of heavy tanks, and I decided to have a little fun with my BT-7 light tank. Surprisingly, my friend had one too, so I'm thinking at the start of the match, hey, we have a pretty good chance. 2 light tanks of the same kind, not to mention we're not the only light tanks. We're fast, we can do some spotting. I think we have a good chance. So that's exactly what we do. We go out towards the middle to spot, and usually there's a cluster of tanks around here, but come around and don't spot anything. At least not immediately. Turns out most of them went for the town. And suddenly, out of the nowhere, a Matilda pops up, and I do the worst thing. I just stand still and take a hit. Then I decide to try and go around, and my friend, luckily, and another tank that's supporting him have gotten distracted, and for the first time in my life, I find a weak spot in the Matilda. Like, this is seriously the first time in these kind of tanks that I found a weak spot in the Matilda. I had no idea that its back had weak armor, because I've gone for the plating that protects the back of it, but I've usually never been able to penetrate it, because I guess because the tank's always been at an angle and I've just never been in the spot to penetrate it. But he's gone. We took him out pretty easily. My friend decides to go down that way. I go around with this Luke's and the A20. There's a modder or two, and I hate those guys. I mean, I don't hate the guys who drive them, but I hate those tanks because they've killed me so many times. And so he's stuck, kind of, so I take my chances and get myself a revenge. So there's only... We're winning, 2-1, not a lot. My friend bravely drives out in front of this Panzer. At first, the Panzer misses him, but then gets him. think he even catches him on fire, but suddenly, there's only 3 enemy tanks left, and I see this Hetzer over here, and I know pretty well the weak spots in the armor. So, my friend, or whoever, takes out his tracks just long enough for me to get around him. And as a team, we just annihilate him. So, now, there's that Covenanter that we both go for. Miss my first shot. Drive forward. I ram him a little bit and shoot him. Probably wasn't the best idea to ram, but oh well. Follow him around, he sees me, tries to get a few shots, and success. Takes away a chunk of my health, but I beat his reload time and take him out. My team takes out the last enemy tank, and finally, my friend and I have a win. So I just want to say a special thank you right now to joelawsd1 for accepting my platoon and playing with me. I hope you had fun like I did, and I'm sorry I couldn't save you as much. It's just the T-150 does not have a very good engine. Well, it does, but I don't have a very good engine right now. I still need to grind out a bunch of experience to get the better engine, and that's going to take a while. But thanks for being such a great support and a great team member, and I hope to platoon with you again. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out, and goodbye.